Theater is magic. It takes you into another world.
It really helps the kids to say, well, you know, I can be a part of something.
Singing and dancing kind of gave me a way out.
Broadway Bound Outreach Program started 4 years ago as an opportunity for the kids in the South End to be able to be exposed to professionals and disciplines in musical theater.
A lot of these kids have nowhere to go and nowhere to put all of this extra energy and creativity.
What they needed was a way to focus those energies and that talent in a constructive way.
One of the things that impresses me the most about Broadway Bound is its commitment to give this kind of opportunity to all kids.
I was in the administrative office, in my principal's office. I had just gotten to an altercation with another student. My principal left the office and I began to sing. He came back in and he was like, "Were you just singing? Here's this program," and he gave me a flyer describing Dreamgirls.
The South End program started with one cast at Rainier Beach High School doing Dreamgirls.
It's like, oh my gosh, I have to go audition.
Takara was cast as one of the 3 Dreamgirls. During the first couple of weeks of rehearsal, there was quite a large learning curve, and she struggled.
I wasn't really used to taking direction because I was always used to directing my own self in my own life. Jimmy really got on me about my attitude.
Long story short, I actually had to fire her. She called me that night and we talked.
Jimmy asked me to come back down.
We had a great conversation at the end of which I decided to give her another opportunity.
He said, "You can continue to be a part of the show, but you won't be the character that we cast you as." I said, "Okay, well, that's understandable, that's fine. I blew it, it's my fault."
She came back and became one of the most instrumental people in the ensemble.
I had 17 different costume changes, and I was just back and forth on and off the stage. Broadway Bound, what they bring to unserved communities is a way for kids to express themselves.
You learn so much about yourself when you are playing different characters in the theater.
My grandma, I didn't really have a really good relationship with her. So when she came out and sat in the second row with all my brothers and sisters, it made me feel great. It made me feel really good about myself. Next production I did with Broadway Bound was Fame. Around the time I was going through a lot of emotional issues. My grandmother died 2 days before my birthday, and that really hurt me. At the time I was staying at a group home in foster care. I felt like once I turn 18, they're just gonna throw me out on the street. And they did exactly what I thought they were gonna do. I was, I guess you could say, homeless. I seen the path that I was on the verge of going down. A lot of teenagers that I grew up with going out on the street corner. Like my brother, he's locked up because he decided he wanted to go out and do something stupid. There's a crossroad. And Broadway Bound gave me a way out. I was going through a lot of pain, and they cast me as a dancer, Mabel, and when I played Mabel, I can kind of see her pain too. All that time that you're spending there at rehearsal with them, you're not spending out there in the streets and getting yourself in trouble.
Broadway Bound has had a profound impact on the South End for what they've done. They've been a great influence.
It took them to Broadway. It took them away from the Southeast community and where they live and what they had to face every day.
They actually got to say they were a part of something and make them feel proud of themselves and say, I had enough courage to do that.
The response was tremendous. We sold out every show, and people were cheering and screaming in the audience.
It really amazed me how many family members came out to see the show. That's all that really mattered to me, that my family would be there to support me.
We closed the show on a Sunday. The following weekend, we got a call from the Paul Robeson Performing Arts Center saying there was 800 people waiting to come to see the show.
Nothing really existed in the South End at all. They filled a void.
At Broadway Bound, we know how transformative theater can be. And a higher purpose has arisen over the last 4 years when we've expanded our program to kids who wouldn't necessarily find their way to us. We've now found our way to them. We actually brought the program to Dearborn Elementary School here in the South End, where we wanted to create a feeder program so that kids starting at kindergarten would be exposed to the theater arts. At no cost to them, we actually at Broadway Bound come down 3 times a week and meet with the entire school, almost 500 kids. We spent over $500,000 in the last 4 years on these programs, and we've helped over 1,000 kids. They are eager to learn. Their eyes are wide, they're sparkling, they are full of energy, talent, and enthusiasm. If you could be down here and see the effect it has on these kids and see the look in their eyes, you'd know why I'm here.
Broadway Bound understands that it's crucial to have a consistent presence in the South End.
We've just scratched the surface. We've only just begun.
It has to be something that has to be sustained over a long period of time. Every kid in every school should have an opportunity to be exposed.
They don't want to know what we did. They want to know, what are you going to do tomorrow? Are you going to be here tomorrow? Are you going to stick around?
The truth is, you just don't know whose life you might change by giving them an opportunity.
I probably would have been locked up, or I probably would have had a kid by now. I really felt like Broadway Bound reached out to me, and when you reach out to us like that, you really got our attention. We're listening.